Visual impairment, also known as vision impairment or vision loss, is a decreased ability to see to a degree that causes problem not fixable by usual means such as glasses. Some also include those who have a decreased ability to see because they do not have access to glasses or contact lens. Even though they are disabled, they never give up in life and must find a work like normal people to keep on surviving in society today. Choose the caregiving to people who have visual disabilities as our research, because some people say that taking care of people with vision problems is burdensome, so they hire caregivers to take care of them. Caregivers are those people who provide assistance to other people who are unable to perform certain activities on their own because of physical disability or chronic illness.
Halo, selamat petang. Nama saya Rabia Ana Ulis, ibu kepada Watson Manda Ana Edwin. Watson Manda adalah seorang pesakit mata yang disebut glaukoma saluran sumbat. Penyakit Watson ni sebenarnya ada pada dia sejak lahir, tetapi kita cuma mengetahui bila dia berusia 9 tahun, di mana masa tu kita dah nampak perbezaan dia dengan adik-adik yang lain. Jadi buat masa tu kita dah ada kebimbangan, jadi kita membuat check up. Masa tu kita duduk di lapangan terbang Sungai Petani Kedah. Kita buat permulaan, kita buat rujukan dekat Hospital Resat. Dari Hospital Resat, dia orang rujuk kita kepada Hospital Sultan Abdul Halim. Dekat sana pula dia orang rujuk lagi kita ke Hospital Al-Ostar Kedah. Cuma bila kita berada di Hospital Al-Ostar Kedah, baru kita mendapat tahu penyakit sebenar yang Watson hadapi. Jadi sebenarnya pada masa tu bila dia dah berusia 9 tahun, dah agak lambat untuk kita membuat rawatan. Jadi apa yang doktor dekat Al-Ostar buat, dia membuat pembedahan. Setakat ini Watson telah menjalani lebih daripada 30 kali pembedahan di kedua-dua belah mata, sebab dia mengalami glaukoma saluran tersumbat di kedua belah mata. Berterus terang saya kata menjaga seorang anak yang mengalami penyakit macam Watson ni bukanlah suatu yang senang dan bukanlah perkara yang mudah, di mana kita harus menjaga emosi dia untuk dia menerima hakikat sebenarnya apa yang dia alami. Dan kita kena perlu banyak bersabar dengan kerana dia. Kadang-kadang dia marah, kita yang kena tenangkan dia. Jadi apa yang harus saya cakap, menjaga anak-anak istimewa macam ni haruslah banyak bersabar. Kita yang harus banyak bersabar, menyabarkan diri sendiri untuk tidak mengikut emosi marah dia. Jadi dalam keluarga saya, kami banyak memberi kerjasama antara satu sama lain untuk kami membimbing Watson agar Watson dapat menerima hakikat kehidupan dia dan supaya dia akan terus berusaha gagah melawan penyakit dia dan dia tidak mudah lemah. Jadi memang banyaklah cabaran yang harus kita hadapi, tapi puji Tuhan semua cabaran-cabaran tu kita dapat lalui bersama, dan sampai saat ni Watson sudah lebih selesa dengan keadaan dia. Dia dah banyak menerima hakikat kehidupan dia. Jadi agak senanglah untuk kita memahami dia. Yang penting bila salah seorang daripada ahli keluarga kita bermasalah macam tu, kita haruslah bekerjasama. Jadi nasihat saya kepada keluarga-keluarga di luar sana, seandainya kamu dihadiahkan dengan anak istimewa macam ni, sama-samalah kita membantu dia. Kita tak boleh rasa malu. Kalau macam saya dengan Watson, kita tak boleh rasa malu nak bawa dia keluar. Kita nak pegang tangan dia lah, kita terasa malu, tak boleh. Kita harus berfikiran terbuka bahawa anak-anak macam ni adalah anugerah istimewa daripada Tuhan. Dia banyak memberi kita kesabaran dalam kita menempuh kehidupan ini. Kita tak boleh sisihkan dia, kita tak boleh tinggalkan dia di rumah bila kita keluar sebab kita malu nak bawa dia. Kita jangan merasakan anak-anak istimewa ni sebagai menyusahkan hidup kita. Kita harus berusaha untuk membuatkan dia setaraf dengan kanak-kanak lain, agar dia tidak merasa perbezaan antara dia dengan orang lain.
A very significant impact that we can see is where care centers for the visually impaired are closed because, as we know, since the Movement Control Order (MCO) was implemented, the public is not allowed to gather in large number. This, to some extent, has an impact on caregivers and patients to provide the service and receive service. As we know, all that moving from one place to another in this pandemic situation is quite difficult, where we to ask for a letter from the police, and this matter greatly affects the care of the visually impaired because they must often receive treatment for the hospital. Due to this, it indirectly affects the care of the disabled. Not only that, this pandemic also gives the effect to the person with visual impairment in the massage center such as Kuching. The owner of the premises, hired by Massage Therapies (OKU), is asked to give a temporary rental payment exception due to the closure of the massage center that had to be done to curb the spread of COVID-19. Minister of the Ministry of Welfare, Community Welfare, Women, Family and Child Development, Datuk Sri Fatimah Abdullah, said that 17 premises involve at least 80 visually impaired people affected by income to comply with the instruction of the Sarawak State Disaster Management Community.
Caregivers are responsible for the physical care and emotional support of someone who are no longer care for themselves due to illness, injury, or disability. There is so many disabilities in this world, but our research is focusing on the visually impaired. Our study focuses on the family care for someone who have disability or vision problem. This is because family are also an important incentive to help them. Family caregivers are very concerned because they can provide treatment to someone anytime in the family. Based on our research, we can see how people are concerned with this ability. In helping someone with the visually impaired, cooperation from the government and private sector is really essential. This will allow them to grow up, learn and explore the world. It will also help them to available to grow up and enjoy their life like a normal person.